You can do it with anybody, and that doesn't mean we're just anybody. But if you believe in something and you have conviction for it and drive, so, you know, yeah, you have to believe in them. And in this band, absolutely, I believe in these guys. You know, two of the guys in the group, Adam and Maz, I've known them for a very, very, very long time. So first and foremost, they're buddies of mine. So I trust them, and, you know, there's a relationship, you know, there's a bond, there's love there. You know, and Anthony, for him to come into this situation with, you know, grown men, and, you know, he blew me away. So the fact that there's an amazing drummer, and, you know, our songwriting abilities, I feel they're strong, because if you're going to do this thing, they should be strong, because that's the only way you can communicate to your audience or just anybody. We're not trying to figure out who we are. We know who we are.
This band in particular is very melodic driven. Everything is pretty much balanced. You know, you have bands where, as if, like, I'm not dishing any other band, but all the other bands, like, you know, let's say if the guitar player happens to be the most musically talented person, then he's gonna have to do a crazy solo, and everybody will have to pay attention to that. But with us, it's like everybody plays that role in the band. One person's out, the melody section is over.
Phil being at the center of the band as the songwriter, he's come a long way over the years. So he is definitely improved in all facets: guitar playing, his singing, his songwriting. I've played with him for a long time, so my ability to, you know, fill in the gaps with him has gotten better over time. And Mike and Anthony are great musicians as well. We do fit very well. There's been improvements in key areas over time that I like where we're at.
Well, I mean, I go back, way back with Phil, probably about 15 years at this point. And Adam Zachariah, I've known since I was, you know, 8 or 10 years old. So when, you know, it's just like being on a team. It's a brotherhood. I love playing music with these guys. And that's what it's all about too, is that I enjoy creating music that moves people. There's no one else in the world that I'd rather do it with than these guys.
You know, sometimes you have an idea, you know, or something that happens in life, and then you think about it, and then you try to express yourself, at least for me. So I'll pick up the guitar, and I'll, you know, it's therapeutic for me. So I will pick it up and then think about the things that had transpired. And then from there, you know, being able to do chord changes and be able to evoke a mood that maybe you're feeling or maybe you want your audience to feel. So you try to apply your thoughts and your emotions to the guitar or bass, whatever it may be. So at that point, yeah, I will present ideas to the group. It could just start from a melody. So there's no per se rules or a script that we read from. But what Anthony does at the point of which he and I will start vibing on an idea, and then from there Anthony will put his flavor on it. So a song starts from somewhere always, but then as far as the band taking over that song, and that's literally what we're talking about. I think earlier you asked me a question, who we sound like, but that's how you do create a sound. That's how you create something unique, and that's what people want to see. They want something new. You can put a genre and say that's pop, but ultimately, when you put 4, 5, 3 in the visuals into any situation, you're going to get different variations, different outcomes to every time you do that. So, yeah. So it's the guys collectively together taking something that started here and then they move it to here, and then there we are. We have a result.
What Phil usually does is he'll have an idea of, he writes vocally, so it'll be a melody line, a vocal melody line over some chords.
Usually, Phil, that's exactly how it starts. Phil will, send over a media file or something like that to everybody in the band, and we'll get a feel for what that is. And the following week of practice, he'll lay it down, and we immediately just go to work, kind of play around with it until it turns into something more than it was.